Musterxmedia presents a tribute to men that hate their jobs, Series 2, Episode 3, The Fallout.
It had been 2 days since the last shift with my incident with that dopey cunt manager, and I was back in. The fallout, oh my god, it lit a fire right up their arses. You had members of corporate, members of the area team, senior management from out the whole company, all having to put their oar in on this one. Their procedures, which in theory would have worked had people not been diagnosed with certain medical conditions, would have worked, but not for me. They were shitting themselves, and it was grand. Shitting themselves that they could have potentially have killed a member of their staff, and oh my god, that would have looked really bad on a global market, on the global media, and there would have been someone to have to foot the bill for that one. So, member of corporate HR, so not the standard HR, we're talking about the HR team from Europe, so the senior HR team from that area of the world was heading this up, and I had to do a Skype meeting in the branch, which was grand, I suppose. I've never felt so special in my entire goddamn fucking life. So I went in and had my meeting, and all they could do was apologise. What can we do to make this better? Well, because I'm not a crybaby loser that would have sold his story to newspapers. In fact, I wasn't even after any money from them. I'm not a scumbag. I could have easily have gone crying and so easily got a massive windfall. But I'm not a pussy. I'm not a crybaby loser. I just said to him, all I want is for her to learn her lesson. She nearly killed me. That stupid woman nearly killed me. And it's not on. She was blindly following your rules. Blindly. I was just following orders was not suitable an excuse in the 1940s, and the same could be said about this. She had every opportunity to make it right by not losing her shit, by trying to assert her authority. But hey, what else can you do? Self-explanatory really. Where do we go from here? Well, I think she's going to be pending investigation. Okay, is she going to be spoken to properly about how her actions nearly killed a member of her staff? Oh yes, don't worry about that. We will get that sorted for you. Is there anything else we could do for you? Well, I need that risk assessment because it has to be redone because I cannot wear that mask and that visor. We'll look into it right now. The area manager who's waiting to speak to you after we have spoken to you is in the building, and she will be going through the new risk assessment over this. Okay, that's all I needed to know really. As I said, I'm not a scumbag that just wants money and looking out for it because I can threaten all I want. I could take it to the newspapers and get double the payout, but I'm not a piece of shit, I said. The woman over Skype kind of squirmed as though she really detested my use of words, but she understood the point I was making. After my meeting came to a close, I had another meeting with the area manager, who promptly went through all the legal framework that the company have sent her and how they had to rewrite the risk assessment for COVID-19 against my job and their procedures. And we agreed that it had to be one or the other. I had to wear the mask or the visor, and I said to them already, look, since I started I had no problem wearing one mask, so let's not change it, let's just keep it that I have to wear the mask and everyone else can wear the visor and the mask unless they got a similar health condition. Yeah, she said, okay, right, well once again we're really sorry about this. Okay, well let's get this done. It won't going to happen again. Now, the assistant manager made me sign the piece of paper, and then she was like, you do know that the manager in question, she's a bit hard done by at the moment because of what you called her. What I called her? I said, well, See, the thing is, she's feeling hard done by because I called her some names. I used a few words on her, and she's feeling hard done by. I said, that's a bit rich, really. And the area manager looked at me and said, what do you mean? What do you mean? Well, she's feeling hard done by that. I called her a few names and she nearly fucking killed me, and I'm walking around with a limp at the moment because I'm still lacking the energy to walk properly from my left side, which has seriously affected my left arm. Is still very tired as well, and the left side of my face is really tired, and it feels like it could be droopy a little bit, but it's also very, very tense. And she's feeling hard done by because I called her a few names. Wow. Now she is lucky, I said, because had I decided to push this even further, as it's stated on the paperwork that I put in, that if I'm not satisfied, then I will take it to a tribunal. If I wasn't satisfied with what was going to get done, we both know that you would have cut her loose. She would have lost a lot of her pension privileges, and she would have never been able to be a manager ever again. And she's feeling hard done by. Between HR and myself, that I decided to go easier on her to teach her the lesson. The area manager nodded and agreed. She's like, okay, I see where you're coming from there. Okay. My shift carried on and there was no issue really. I was still slugging by, going slow but steady, and everything's going well, very well, in fact too well. And unfortunately that same manager was still running the evening shift that I was on. She didn't say a word to me all shift. She could barely look me in the eye. Quite amazing really. She caused all this through her negligence, and I let her off the fucking hook, and she still couldn't look me in the eye and talk to me. So at the end of the shift, it came down to at the end of the shift it was time for me to clock out. And I had to go to that office where she was sat in there cashing up so I could clock out. But I had to technically ask her for permission to clock out. So I did. I asked her. Good for me to go home. She snarled at me. Whatever, I said. And that means what? Am I to go or do I have to stay? You're the boss. Tell me, what is it? Do I clock out? Do I not? Do you have anything else for me in mind? She muttered under her breath, inaudible. I'm like, what the fuck was that? You're supposed to have been acting professional towards me, and I would give you the same courtesy. I let you off the fucking hook, you dopey bitch, I said. Do you want me to phone up HR? I got their direct line to the head of HR of Europe. What the fuck was that? She said sorry, under her breath. I'm like, I didn't hear that. What the fuck was that? I said. Sorry, she said. I'm like, good, absolutely good. How dare you? How dare you take it for granted that I let you off the hook? I could have done you. You would have been walked out here with a cardboard box with your fucking shit. You'd never been feasible as a manager ever again. No matter where you work. You would have been out of here faster than you could fucking touch the ground, sunshine, I said to her. You dopey bitch, I said. Now this is the last time. From tomorrow, when I'm back in and you're back in, you give me that professional courtesy, I said. You ever treat me like that ever again, and I will make that phone call. I can't believe it. After that incident, after you getting pulled in, after me having to give evidence and speak to the lady in charge of HR of the whole of fucking Europe, you nearly killed me, you dopey cunt, I said. And tomorrow, you're going to treat me with that professional courtesy, and I will reciprocate. It's your last fucking chance, you dumb bitch. And this is the last time I'm going to call you a fucking dumb bitch. You dumb fucking bitch. Don't ever talk to me that way again. Remember, you nearly killed me.